Hey, what's up guys? It's Trevor Van Riper, co-founder of RSF.
What's up guys, it's Michael Lima, co-founder of RSF.
We're here in Laguna Beach right now. We're about to meet up with Michael Lorenzen, Major League Baseball player for the Cincinnati Reds. We got to hear his testimony about a week or two ago and we're super excited to be able to share that with you guys, so stay tuned.
My name is Michael Lorenzen. I'm going to tell you how my life has been renewed through Christ. I started in a broken family. Both of my parents were alcoholics. They were both into drugs. 3 older brothers, they were all into the same stuff. I was the youngest, and that was the only influence I had on my life were my parents and my brothers. My parents would fight every single day. Cops would come to my house almost every weekend. My brothers were crazy themselves. They would get in fights. They were drinking. They were getting in trouble. And like I said, that this was the influence I had in my life. And I was a lot younger than all of them. So, as I'm growing up, I'm just seeing these different things, and I'm thinking that this is the right way to live life. That's all I knew. I never was taught anything about God. I was never raised in a home where I learned anything about God other than He existed. So as I'm growing older, my oldest brother got drafted by the Dodgers, and he signed out of high school. And ever since I saw that process that he went through, that's all I could ever think about was, man, I want to get to the major leagues. I want to play professional baseball. As I would see him go through his experiences, it was more about partying, it was more about money, it was more about him driving his new car than anything, and that turned into my motivation. My motivation became selfish for selfish gain, and why not? I didn't know Christ. There was no other reason, there was no other purpose for my life other than to get as much as I can, as fast as I could, and have as much fun as I could according to the worldly standards. So as I'm growing up and I see all my brothers get into this trouble, and I can't wait to be their age so I can do all this stuff that they're doing, and I'm starting really young. I finally got to high school and it was my turn to do it. I was really talented at baseball. I was probably the most talented out of all my brothers. My dad was gone at this point, so my mom was always working. I was always alone. I didn't have any guidance. I could literally do whatever I wanted, and I would get good grades in high school. A lot of it was from cheating. A lot of it was I was just a smart kid, and a lot of it was I was good at baseball, so I got away with a lot of stuff. I started smoking weed. The first time I smoked weed was in 8th grade. First time I had gotten drunk was probably when I was in 8th grade, and I don't even remember. I used to drink just about every weekend, during the week. Just down that path that my family went down, and like I said, they were my influence. That's all I knew, so that's exactly what I did. And then there was one day where I was on the pier with all of my buddies, and we were high, and we went onto the pier to go get some food, and I was 16, 17 at this time, and this guy was sharing about Jesus, and he asked us if he can share something about God with us, and kind of looked at him, laughed a little bit, and said, yeah, sure, go ahead. And so I'm sitting there. I just seen the movie Passion of the Christ a couple weeks before, so I had a pretty good picture of what it looked like, everything that Christ went through. And I had believed it all. I believed that Christ went through all of that, all the pain, all the suffering, and it was for my sin. I believed that He was God. And as this guy was sharing, it was just unbelievably convicting, because he broke down that it was more than just to believe in a God, which is what I did, but you have to serve and live for God. He said even the demons believe in God, and that was something that hit me harder than anything. It was, wow, I'm high on this pier. I'm about to go do some more stupid stuff right after this. I know it's stupid, and this guy's sharing with me about the Lord and how He died for my sins. I know what that looks like. I know, through the passion of the Christ, the pain and suffering that He went through, and I believed in it, but I wasn't doing anything in my life to show that, I did believe in it, to show that it meant anything to me. And I felt terrible. I felt like a zero. And it was crazy how I went from feeling absolutely amazing, on top of the world, nobody can stop me, to this guy just sharing a humble message with me, and I felt like I said, I was a zero. And this guy gave me, the gospel message, and he said, well, this is why Jesus came. He came because you are imperfect. We are all imperfect. The Bible says all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. And that means I have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. But the difference is that I have chosen to give my sin to Christ and allow Him to be my sacrifice. And now I truly live for Him. And I've given my life to Him. And it hit me. I had to think about everything that He said. I think I was the only one that left that place and was really impacted. God had really chosen me to be spoken to, and for what reason? I'm just forever grateful for that reason, that He chose me to, speak into my life and change my life. And ever since that day, it was always the seed was planted. I had started going to church with my brother, and finally the message made sense to me for the first time. It wasn't just a bunch of words. It wasn't just a bunch of old talk. It was life. It was truth. And I ended up going up and giving my life to the Lord. And I knew why I played baseball. It wasn't for my motivation to change from, the selfish gain like I saw from my brother and my family and everything that they wanted for themselves through baseball, and everything I wanted for myself through baseball. It was all for, I want to do exactly what this man did on the pier for me. I want to use baseball to do that for thousands and thousands of people. And that was, ever since then, that was really the turning point of my life, and being discipled by Pastor Bob, who is someone who speaks truth into my life and keeps me grounded, and continues to remind me why I play baseball, continues to remind me why I live my life, what my purpose is on this planet. And we all need someone like that in our life to be truthful with us, to keep us accountable with everything that we do. And so it's a continuous growing process. And I'm forever grateful, like I said, for everything that God has done in my life. And that is my story about how I've been renewed through Christ.
RSF, together we are one.
But they who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. Isaiah 40:31.